The Porsche 911 GT3. Three little letters that carry more weight in the car world than almost anything else. For decades, the GT3 has stood as the purest, most thrilling expression of the 911 formula. A car born on the racetrack, but built for the road. It's raw, it's uncompromising, and it's the car every enthusiast dreams of driving at least once in their life. But in 2025, Porsche has done the unthinkable. They've updated the GT3 yet again, but here's the catch. It's now more expensive than ever, with a starting price of $224,495. That's almost $50,000 more than the last GT3. So the big question is this: is the new GT3 still worth it, or has Porsche priced a legend out of reach? Stick around, because today we'll diving deep into the brand new 2025 Porsche 911 GT3. Its engine, its handling, its insane Nürburgring record, and of course, whether or not it still deserves the crown as the ultimate driver's car. To understand the weight of this new GT3, you have to understand the legacy. Since its introduction back in 1999, the GT3 has been Porsche's answer to every driver who said, "Give me a 911 that feels like a race car, but one I can drive on the street." Unlike the Turbo or Carrera models, the GT3 was never about forced induction or luxury. It was about purity, naturally aspirated engines, high revving performance, precise steering, lightweight construction, and suspension that felt tuned for the track. And that philosophy hasn't changed. Even in a world where Porsche is making hybrid 911s and pushing toward electrification, the GT3 remains gloriously old school, naturally aspirated, rear-wheel drive, and screaming to 9,000 revolutions per minute. The 2025 GT3 may be wrapped in modern tech, but at its heart, it's still that raw, unfiltered machine enthusiasts have worshipped for decades. By the way, if you're loving this deep dive into the new GT3, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We've got more Porsche content, classic comparisons, and deep dive reviews coming your way every week. Now, let's get back to the GT3. Let's start with the heart of the GT3, the engine. Porsche has stayed true to tradition here. Sitting in the back is a 4.0-liter naturally aspirated flat six. It produces 502 horsepower and 331 pound-feet of torque. Now, eagle-eyed Porsche fans will notice that torque figure is actually down a bit compared to before. Why? Emissions. Porsche had to add 4 catalytic converters to meet stricter standards worldwide. In Europe, the car even gets gasoline particulate filters, which sap a bit of breathing room. But here's the genius part. Porsche didn't let that hurt the driving experience. They shortened the final drive ratio by 8%. In plain English, the gears are shorter, so the car revs up quicker, feels punchier, and still screams to that glorious 9,000 RPM redline. And if you've never heard a GT3 at 9,000 RPM, trust me, it's pure mechanical music. No turbo whoosh, no artificial sound, just raw, naturally aspirated fury. Buyers get 2 choices, a 6-speed manual or a 7-speed PDK dual-clutch automatic. Both benefit from the shorter gearing, and both deliver a uniquely Porsche experience. The manual is for purists, light clutch, tight throws, and unmatched engagement. The PDK, lightning-fast shifts that make it the weapon of choice on track days. No matter what you choose, the result is the same, 0 to 60 in just 3.2 seconds and a top speed north of 297 miles per hour. But the real story here isn't just numbers. It's how the car feels when you're driving it hard. And that's where Porsche's chassis wizardry comes in. Porsche didn't just tweak the engine. They made a laundry list of small but meaningful refinements to the GT3's chassis and handling. For starters, the steering software has been updated to provide sharper on-center feel. That means the car responds more immediately when you twitch the wheel, and it communicates road texture better than ever. They've also reworked the rear trailing arms, improved suspension internals, and added revised bump stops. The result? The GT3 feels more composed over bumps, resists nosedive under hard braking, and maintains its balance even when you're really pushing it. This is a car designed to dance at the limit. Whether you're attacking corners on a back road or clipping apexes on a racetrack, the GT3 rewards precision. It doesn't just go fast, it makes you feel fast. And it's not just theory. Porsche proved it on the world's toughest test track, the Nürburgring Nordschleife. Factory driver Georg Bergmeister set a new record for manual transmission road cars with the 2025 GT3, an insane 6 minutes, 56 seconds around the full course. That's faster than many million-dollar hypercars, and this thing is still a street car you can drive to the grocery store.
Inside, the GT3 gets some surprising upgrades. For years, critics complained about the fixed carbon fiber bucket seats being too difficult for daily use. Porsche listened. The new GT3 now has redesigned folding buckets with optional electric height adjustment and removable headrests. That means easier entry and exit, plus more comfort for helmeted track drivers. And here's a big one. For the first time ever, you can spec a GT3 Touring with rear seats. Yes, a GT3 with back seats. Now, don't get too excited, it's still tight back there, but the added practicality means you can actually carry small passengers or toss in extra luggage, making the GT3 slightly more livable as a daily driver. The instrument cluster has gone fully digital, ditching the traditional analog tachometer. Some purists might miss the old-school needle bouncing to 9,000 RPM, but the new digital screen is crisp, configurable, and easier to read at a glance. Beyond that, the GT3 cabin is classic Porsche, minimalist, driver-focused, and built with materials that feel worth every penny of its price tag. For those who want their GT3 to be even sharper, Porsche offers two packages. The Weissach package brings exposed carbon fiber for the hood, roof, mirrors, and wing, along with magnesium wheels and upgraded suspension components. It's about showing off performance DNA while trimming serious weight. Then there's the lightweight package, also known as Leichtbau. This one takes weight savings to the extreme, deleting sound insulation, using thinner glass, and replacing heavy parts with carbon fiber. The result? A GT3 that's lighter, louder, and even more track-focused. Both packages don't just change how the car looks, they change how it drives, making an already razor-sharp machine feel like a scalpel in your hands. Here's where things get controversial. The 2025 Porsche 911 GT3 starts at $224,495. That's nearly $50,000 more than the outgoing model. Now, is the GT3 still worth it? That depends on your perspective. On one hand, you could argue that Porsche is asking supercar money for what is technically still just a 911. On the other hand, no other car on the planet offers this combination of analog thrills, bulletproof engineering, and racetrack pedigree. Sure, you could buy a Corvette Z06 for less, or an AMG GT Black Series with more brute force. But those cars don't rev to 9,000. They don't give you the same surgical precision. They don't have the same heritage. And when you consider that limited edition GT3 RS and GT2 models are already commanding huge premiums on the used market, chances are this GT3 will hold its value or even appreciate over time. So while the price is steep, for true enthusiasts and collectors, it might actually be a smart buy. So, what's the verdict? The 2025 Porsche 911 GT3 is not radically different from the car it replaces. It's an evolution, not a revolution. The engine's the same, the philosophy is the same, the spirit is the same. But Porsche has refined it, sharpened it, and somehow managed to keep the magic alive while meeting modern emissions laws. It's more comfortable, more precise, and still faster than almost anything else with a license plate. Yes, the price stings, but let's be honest, if you're buying a GT3, you're not buying it with your wallet. You're buying it with your heart. And the heart says yes. The 2025 Porsche 911 GT3 is still a legend, still one of the greatest driver's cars ever built. And if you can afford it, it might just be the last naturally aspirated 911 GT3 we'll ever see. That alone makes it priceless. Thanks for watching. What do you think? Has Porsche nailed it with the new GT3, or is the price tag just too much? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow car enthusiasts. We've got more deep dives on Porsche, supercars, and automotive legends coming soon. Until next time, keep the revs high.